Hello, this is the Maz and SACK cast. We got our boy Sack up in the building. We just watched night 2 of WrestleMania. How do you feel, buddy?
I don't know. How are you feeling? Where are you looking now?
I'm looking at
What is
you,
your
you
no,
sexy
you're not.
man. You.
Oh my god, dude. All right. Hi. Hi. It's night 2. Um uh my overall sense by the end of the night is that most people feel like how I feel, which is like it was exciting and it was great and we're going to have tons of nice things to say about it, but like I'm tired and
Yeah,
like it was a lot. I'm glad it's just once a year. I don't mind it being the celebration that it is, but wow. Um it was yeah, tired. My like I'm tired.
I am too. 4:30 a.m. on Saturday. What 2:30 last night we finished our show.
Yeah.
Then I
And
did the
then
Easter thing all day today, and then right into Mania.
well, and I mean, there's a time sensitivity to this stuff too. So like I was up late prepping the video and everything. Like I had another hour and a half after we were done. But I love it every year. But by God, this is only the second year. So, but definitely feeling the effects of taking it this seriously. Like I'm not saying I wouldn't watch it anyway, but like yeah, it's a lot, and it was fairly straining at certain points tonight, be honest. But yeah, all good, and I still absolutely love the product where it is right now. I'm gonna go ahead and say this now. I'm probably gonna say it a couple more times, but like, way to be boring. Like I mean, I'm not saying that the performances weren't good and that the like that like it's not a negative or a positive, but there was just nothing that wasn't like it was such a vanilla WrestleMania. Like even over 2 nights, it was so by the book. It was so by the book. There was absolutely nothing outside of just straight booking. Um,
So
yeah,
I thought tonight was better. The two night thing kills it. It really does. Tonight started out hot, white hot, and then it kind of just dragged and dragged and dragged. Not saying it wasn't bad, but it's just the second night. Like, if I went there, I would not be happy.
oh, the crowd was way more intense. Like the crowd tonight was way better than last night. The
Oh, I
crowd tonight was
agree.
way better than last night. I was look. I think if you switch the main events, you have one night that was like that would like clearly be the superior night, and we could be talking about like only doing one night. But after I thought about that, it's like it's not just the main event because Tiffy put on the show of the or Tiffy and Charlotte put on the match of the weekend. So like, what
I
what do you?
disagree.
you oh, okay. Well, maybe we're gonna get there then, I
Yeah.
guess. But yeah, so I just like I don't necessarily agree that 2 nights is a bad thing. I think it was great. But I think that there's room for a lot of creativity, and again, oversell, underwhelm, right? And that's like and it's sad to say because I'm not disappointed in it. I thought it was a really good Mania. And I've said this exact same thing about worse WrestleManias. So maybe it's just me. Maybe maybe my expectations going into Mania and the way they sell it. And maybe I'm just too much of a naive little twat and I buy into all their hype and I'm just a sucker. But I don't know. I'm not, and again, I don't have anything really bad to say outside of one sweet like I do have some bad things to say.
Okay.
I really
Okay.
do. I really do.
What was her name? Ava Max tonight. Is that the multi-platinum? Never heard of her.
I mean, there was a question asked in my house after the second or third time that we heard that term, multi-platinum or Emmy or Grammy nominated. It's like, how easy is it to, like, what does it take to get those qualifications? Because and I have three teenagers sitting here, and they have no clue. So
Yeah.
I think that's that's the power of the internet now, right? Like if enough bots from India and China like your stuff, you're famous and you get to go on shows and make money.
Well,
I don't
let's
do.
start using that tagline for ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like bot farming, right? Like you see that, dude. Oh my god, dude, I'm not gonna get off on this rant because I
All right.
edited today and posted today, and I'm watching the views and stuff, and it's like, at some point, it's like it would just be nice to be seen, like just a little bit, just to get some real like opinions or whatever. Um, and there are so many ways that people do it to pop their shit without like actually being like we've been, which is just grind it out and wait for that moment, and just do what you want because you want to do it. And it sucks when you watch people that aren't doing things that way do the most ridiculous shit. I don't know, whatever. Life is life. Nothing. It's not meant to be fair.
The thing that's even wilder about it is we've called so many things
Yeah,
like
yeah,
on
yeah.
this
We're
damn
getting
thing,
to
and
that
then
point where it's like, oh my god, dude, it's kind of a if a tree falls in the woods and there's no one there, kind of thing with us at this point. I mean, I enjoy it because for us it's nice to have inside jokes, but like that's about as far as it goes. Um, at the end of it all, she did just an awful rendition of the Star Spangled Banner, which is always sad to see, man. I never like seeing people sing that song and butcher it. It makes me, it's like,
especially as
dude,
a veteran, it
just
must
pay
really.
someone better. Just pay someone better.
I don't think they
Stop trying
pay.
to get like,
I think they get paid, just like the weekend paid
oh,
for the.
oh, I get, okay. Well, then find people to better. I don't know,
Yeah.
whatever. Switch that model. Now, like you pay somebody, pay somebody to come in and fucking knock the roof off the place so that you have that moment instead of having that moment be some gutter fucking moment that everybody like us talks shit about, because it feels like you're starting to do that every fucking year. Just saying.
Aretha Franklin, where are you at?
Oh yeah, yeah. Jelly Roll is the perfect replacement for Aretha Franklin. I think
Oh
you
yeah.
said that last night. I'm pretty sure I clipped it. Yeah. I don't know, man. It was not a great. It wasn't a good tone set, but it went. It's WrestleMania night 2. You're invested. If you're watching, you watched last night. You're here to watch the show, so maybe they just don't care. I don't know. Whatever.
So I got text messages all day about WrestleMania from various different people.
Oh,
I'm sure none of them watch our podcast, but that's
man.
fine. Um,
That's what you do. You just say, well, if you really want to know what I think, check me out here.
yeah, I don't do that for
I
my
know I don't either.
relationships. It's terrible.
I
But
don't do it.
like
Yeah, no, no.
I was giving they're like, who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? And I would give the answer and they'd be like, oh, how did you know? I'll be like, well, but let's get into
Because
this.
I'm a goof.
Yeah, we're goofs. The good
Yeah.
thing is it's 11:12 p.m. here. So I
Mm-hmm.
think there was another hour last night, maybe. I
I
think we
don't
started at
know.
12.
I think the way they ended the show last night, they went straight to like you watched all the stuff with Paul, like them leaving, and you got Roman's music and then you got Punk's music. So I think we were just much more slowly picking it up. Like if it's like if we were leaving the show, we would have drug our feet a little bit getting out of the show last night, but tonight they want everybody to get the fuck out and go home. And
So they could be back at
that's
WWE World at 8 a.m.
oh my god, dude. And what Pat McAfee's doing his show live there, and then
Yeah.
Raw tomorrow night. I mean, who knows what the fuck that's gonna look like. And that's the other thing with such a vanilla WrestleMania, it's like, what is tomorrow gonna be like? Is it going to be vanilla, or are we going to get a wild, Mania? It's the first Mania, or the first Raw after Mania on Netflix, right? So
Yeah.
if it's just another episode of Mania, it automatically loses its luster going forward. Like, because they can only ride the coattails of the previous, like, the Dolph Ziggler cashing in, and like they can only live off of those moments for so long without creating new ones and pretending like they do crazy shit that the fans love. They actually
Yeah.
have to do some shit that the fans love.
It
So
hasn't
we'll
it
see.
hasn't been
We'll
about
see.
5 years since anything good
Yeah,
happened.
yeah, it's
I mean,
been. I mean, I think the last great thing that happened was Roman Reigns getting booed to the point that he could not get a word out
speak.
after beating
Yeah.
Taker. Like that was phenomenal. Like, to me, that's what like makes a Raw after Mania different, because like without that crowd, like, and it dies out. Everything that happens at a Raw after Mania like always dies out like once they're on tour for a while. Same shit with the Europe shit. So like these Roman Reigns chants that everyone's trying to take and do the European chant, which I find to be pandering and gross. Like, knock it off. It's the way they chant. Let them chant the way they chant. We chant the way we chant. Like, it's all good. Anyway, and I know there was a European crowd there. I get it. It's Mania. There's a lot of people, but still, Roman Reigns doesn't deserve the chant, and Cody didn't get the chant tonight. Cody got fucking booed.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. It is
I'm
what it
sorry,
is.
dude. Like I'm just a little flustered. Like, tonight was a great show right up until the end.
It's the polar
Like,
opposite of last year.
yeah, and it's close to the opposite of last night, because it's like you had the like you didn't get a meaningful match until what, like the fourth match of the night, and tonight it felt like you got meaningful matches from the start. And then it's like as the night went on, the matches became less meaningful, and then the main event became, in my opinion, a complete and utter shit show that leaves. It makes no. Okay,
Well, here's the thing. We'll get there. Okay.
I know,
Let's
I know,
let's
I know.
just start at the
I'm getting
top.
more and more. I'm like, the more I'm blue balling myself on it, the more frustrated it's making me. So like, by the time we get to it, I'm just gonna yeet all over the place.
Do you need to take a minute, go rub one out, and come back?
No, I'm good, man. We can continue.
All right. So the show started with the women's three-way.
Mhm.
Clearly, that was the opener because what the fuck could follow it? It was awesome.
Oh, it was. I agree.
I loved
I
it.
think Tiffy Charlotte was better, if that's what you're trying to say. I still think Tiffy Charlotte was better.
In a vacuum, watching him. I mean, the only thing that could have made this better
Mm,
is if it would have been a three-way dance instead of the. I hate the fucking multi-man one pinfall. It's just
yeah,
lazy.
yeah.
Um, if this would have been a three-way dance, I think it would have been far superior. But it was
Dude, they
awesome.
executed so much so well. They like last night, so much of what I complained about was that there wasn't a lot of storytelling going on in the ring that was compared to
This
like the
match had it.
storytelling that went out from the very get-go tonight. We had good in-ring storytelling, and the women started it off great because again, it's Bianca and Rhea can't stop tripping over each other. Like they're
And
trying to
Io steals
establish
it.
what I think is going to be like a could be another 5 to 10 year rivalry. Like it could be one of the big rivalries that they bring back up years from now, and it's like when they're legends. If Bianca can hold on, I'm not sure that she can, but that's a whole other conversation. But they're building it that way because it's like they both had an opportunity tonight, and yeah, I mean, but in the end, the the finish I thought was really good. It was good finish, and then Io getting the response that she did just made my heart so fucking happy. Like because Io, she deserves it. She absolutely deserves it. And I'm not saying that the other two women don't, but Io Sky deserves it. She's amazing.
So I don't know if you saw Twitter, but they had her family. They had a close up of her family on Twitter,
No, I didn't see
celebrating.
that.
It was awesome. They had Kyrie back at Gorilla celebrating. She
I saw
cried. It was
Kyrie.
awesome.
I saw Kyrie walking at the Hall of Fame with her, and I want to say Shinsuke was with them, like a couple other people. Like they were just walking with, behind Jackie and Rosenberg, and I miss Kyrie. Like I didn't realize how much like she brings something completely different too. Like and I mean I know Asuka's probably done, right? Like we've probably seen like the last of Asuka.
Never say never, but what she's going through, God bless her.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but this match was awesome. It's my highest rated match of tonight by far.
yeah. I think it
Um,
deserves it. I
yeah,
agree with you on that.
you were upset that the champion came out first, then Bianca.
I was. It's also just they did it last night too, but they did it for Charlotte and her atrocious entrance that she pulled out of her ass to look fuck her. Sorry, that's very inappropriate, and I respect Charlotte Flair as a performer, but having the champion go second or first is like I don't understand why we're doing that. And they did it to the women,
Yeah,
both women's matches.
maybe they're doing it to make the women look different.
I guess
Yeah.
maybe, but I don't
Oh,
want them to look different because that's a comment I want to make too. Like, the narrative of like the women's division and the men's division being like separate but equal. Like to me, they're different championships because the different genders, whatever. But like the women outperformed the men for the most part this weekend. Like
mhm.
it's close. Like man, when you break down the main event, the champions, like they're very close. But especially after tonight, the women's championship matches, like there were 3 great women's championship matches this weekend. There were only 2 great men's. No, I'm sorry. There was only 1 great men's championship match this weekend, and it was on NXT. There were one. Then there was only one good male. There was only one good male main event of the 2, and I just the women outperformed the men this weekend by a lot, by a lot.
All right. So
They
Io
did.
got the
They did. It's
E-
not. It's like
um
it's. They did.
okay.
I mean, no, break it down, man. Like seriously,
I'm
seriously.
trying. I'm trying.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
This
Go ahead.
match was good.
No, do it. I'm fucking with you now. Go ahead.
So Io just had a basic entrance. Bianca
Mm-hmm.
had the double Dutch girls and the hug, and everybody had the tail.
Mm-hmm.
And Rhea had a basic, just she's the star of the match entrance.
Oh, and I'm assuming that the girl that was dancing that she hugged. I'm
It was
assuming
her
that's the
stepdaughter.
girl. Oh, okay.
They said it.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
did they? I wasn't paying.
yeah,
Oops. Never mind then.
yeah. It's
But I
Montez's
didn't.
daughter.
Oh, cool, cool, cool. She looked real happy to be there.
Insert taste joke here. Um, uh, this they just get it. They are so smooth in the ring with each other. Multi women matches can be a cluster. This was
Mm-hmm.
utter perfection. Next, we kind of flip all of that, which is insanely hard to follow. Then you throw in the garbage match, tables, chairs, and this was done really well.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I,
Drew
I
came out.
I go ahead. Sorry.
Drew came out with a special little costume on, and then Damien had the Slayer entrance, which was fucking awesome to make him actually look like a star.
It wasn't a special costume, dude. Again, it was another one of the video game fucking promo pieces like the War Raiders wore out last night. Like I want to make sure that there's a distinction cuz like I'm all about cool like gimmicked up stuff for Mania, but the stuff that they've put on people that have been promo pieces for like for other for apps and stuff like it's cool if they do it themselves. It's kind of fucking corny when it's an ad thing.
I can
Like,
disagree with you on that too.
okay,
I'll tell you why. Kenny and
okay,
the Young Bucks dress up as video game people all the time, and they're fucking dorks.
yeah. So do the New Day.
Yeah, we
Most people
already
don't even notice it.
we shit
Like
on
most
them.
people, like who? How many people? Like we didn't even talk about it on our show, but how many people even realized that they dressed up like giant? That they wore Giant Gonzalez fucking outfits? Like
Nobody.
we're back in Vegas for the first Mania, blah blah blah, one of the worst Manias, and they go out there wearing outfits that look like Giant Gonzalez. Like I
Have,
think that's they do shit like that all the time. That's not what I'm like. That's not really the same thing. I
did
mean,
you watch the documentary on the WrestleMania 9 yet?
no, I
I
haven't.
heard it's great. I haven't either.
Yeah, I've heard very very similar things. So,
Um, but nobody cares about the New Day, so that's probably one of the things. And that's
mm,
easily the worst match of all of WrestleMania was that
the
and the
main
War
event
Raiders.
tonight.
It was still a little bit better. But
Mm.
in terms of a garbage match, Drew and Damian brought it. I think they elevated each other,
Mm-hmm.
even though they've both been on the decline. They did a really good job here. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I agree. It was a super clean street fight approach. Like they didn't have to use boards that have 6-inch nails coming out of them that we're supposed to believe puncture your back, but you're okay. No lung or ligament or muscle damage. Just you're good. They didn't do any of that shit. They just used the stairs, chairs, and tables,
Right.
and they put on a fantastic match. I thought like it's kind of what I would have enjoyed from Gunther and Jay. And I know it's not the same match, but like they didn't just gimmick each other for a couple of minutes to make it look like they took it hard on each other like they did last night. These two put on a hell of a match, and
Right.
like I was impressed with both. I don't think either one of them are necessarily going to be on the decline after. Like I don't think that it was like a terrible loss for Damien at all. But yeah, Drew, who knows where he goes next, but he got to win at Mania. So,
He needed it. They both
yeah,
did, but
yeah,
they did a really good job here.
yeah. I thought it was a great finish too. Like when he went up for Old School, I was like, you got to be shitting me, because I had forgotten that the fucking tables were there. Like that's good shit, right? Like,
Right.
and I'm not saying everyone did, but like for me, like they did it. They worked me. I forgot they were there. he's going up for Old School, and I'm like, okay, here we go, take a Ramon, laying it in. And when he reversed it, I was like, thank God. Like, I didn't want to see him hit an Old School and get, like, first of all, I always thought that was stupid. Like, one of the worst Taker moves of all time. I think the only reason people enjoyed it is because watching him walk on the ropes was like the impressive part of the move. Watching this 6'7" fucking monster of a man walk onto the ropes and then jump, that was what made it cool. I mean, Damien doesn't look intimidating like Undertaker. He's never going to. Like, and in there with Drew, he looks like the smaller guy. So I was happy he didn't pull off Old School. That was my, and yes, they did a great job, and they didn't gear any props to fucking be fucking stupid.
Yeah, very good. If they had to follow that, that was like the perfect follow.
Yeah.
So next we have the Fatal 4-Way for the IC title. Penta comes out first. Then Dom came out with a mask he couldn't get off, which was his uncle's, Ray Sr. Then Finn came out with a mask. So I thought Braun was going to come out wearing a mask, but he didn't. He's incredibly over, deservedly so.
Mm-hmm.
Dom, for being the chicken shit heel he is, the fans loved him tonight. And
how long have I been, like, how long has this been? I mean, there are probably 4 shows, 5 recordings in a row that we have that I've been talking about this exact moment. Because I just think Dom has been over with the crowd for a very long time. The boo thing, he worked his way through it. It didn't break him. And Liv and him are like, everyone knows he has a wife. Like, I don't want to say everyone, but people know that he's married. People know that his wife is like cool with it, allegedly. But like, they don't play like it's play. They're out there doing shit. Like, the pictures that they took in India were fucking amazing. Like when they were on they not in India, but the Indian type pictures that they took when they were in Europe, because I don't think they actually went to India. What was that?
It sounded like a gunshot.
Did you hear that? Or did I make it up?
No, I heard it.
It wasn't in here?
No.
Where was it?
I think it was outside.
ladies and gentlemen, the apocalypse is happening out there. I heard it.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Okay. Did it sound like a gunshot to you?
I thought it sounded like something fell off of a shelf or something.
Okay. That's what I thought too. That's why I was concerned, but I don't see anything behind me. But we do have cats here. So I'm probably going to edit that down and take
that's a real moment. Real.
Yeah, for real. Where were we?
We were talking about how Finn Balor sucks and he is never going to be anything else.
He needs a change so bad. I actually put that in my notes while I was watching the match. He needs a change dramatically.
He needs to go away for like 4 months and come back something different.
Well, that's not going to happen.
Right, but he does. Penta is great.
Mm-hmm.
Far more. You texted me. He is far more of a superstar in WWE now than he ever was. Even though he was in main events in AEW, he's a star, and they booked him proper. Dom.
Oh, and the announcement, the timing of the announcement for the AAA purchase, like now that Penta went like absolutely fire immediately the way he did, and now you have him. I mean, he's a bigger star than he was with Lucha. I mean, because Lucha was like sort of. I mean, he was underground, but like it he's gonna go back. They're gonna do that show, and he's gonna be the big man.
Did you see
He's
the
gonna.
announcement though?
What was it?
That show starts at 3 o'clock in the pay-per-view
Oh
that
yeah,
night.
the no. I did
$7.
see that. Yeah, there are 2 shows that they're doing
Fuck our
in
life.
LA that night. Yeah,
Fuck
that's the
our
Money in the
lives.
Bank show, right? So like,
Yeah,
and now we're doing Money in the Bank. I texted you about that too. Like now we're
stadium.
doing
Yeah.
Money in the Bank in the stadium. Like,
Didn't they do it
ooh,
in the stadium last year?
did they?
I
Man,
think so.
I'm telling you, I don't my memory. Anyway, this match was action.
Yeah.
And the crowd was so into it. It like from start to finish, the crowd was so into it. And Dom took all of that energy of all 4 of those guys. He took all the energy of all that entire match, and by the end of it, dude, he had like the WrestleMania moment. Like, I think there's another one that outdid it, which is tonight was the night of moments, way more than
Right.
last night. Way
Yeah,
more than last night.
for sure.
EO got a great moment. You know, I don't know if Drew or
Damien.
Damien really had a moment, but they did get tables, which is always kind of great. And then this match was like full of moments, right? Like just full of them. Like,
The flying Braun Breaker out of nowhere
oh
after
my
Penta did the dive was awesome.
dude, and you should have seen me marking out for Carlito. Like just straight up so happy that he got to take a little bit of revenge for the fact that he got blown up twice. Like, he got absolutely crushed right in front of me in Minneapolis, dude. And like, I'm so happy he just got a moment of justice, because like, it's cool that he hangs around, but like having him actually like have a story that gets some sort of payoff, even though he's not really doing a lot. He's there to add. So you give him a little bit of a payoff by having him actually get to stick it to Braun Breaker. I love it. I love it. And his buddy gets the win, like in the end. Like, no, I'm happy for Carlito almost as much as I am for Dom. But he
The story
definitely.
the story here is 3 of the 4 are stars and 1 isn't. Finn's not a star. The other 3 are.
He needs a change. I don't
Yeah.
know that he's not a star, but he needs a change. His current character as the guy who's getting ready to leave Judgment Day is done, and the
Yeah.
crowd doesn't. They don't. Yeah, I definitely. But you got to remember, he lost his tag team partner. You know, like I
McDonough.
mean, I don't know. I feel bad for him. I really hope this is an opportunity to change things. Like, I thought they were going to go a different direction with him, but like, I hope he gets to chase now that it's Dom and they have a story, and Braun and Penta move on to other things or something. Money in the Bank, maybe. I
Well,
mean, they're
Penta,
both going to be in it, right?
they're gonna gear Penta probably toward that AAA show.
Oh
They'll
yeah, definitely,
collide.
100%.
Braun's gonna
But
get elevated to main event
but
full.
how, I don't know how right now. I don't really, but I have this written down as absolute artistry. It was like my cheesy tagline for this match, because it was so well done. And for all of you being right about Finn being the guy in the match who's just not over with the crowd in any way, shape, or form. He's just not a star. Well, I think he's a star. I think his look is just, it's awful, and he was doing it for the heel Judgment Day shit, and it worked. And he's pivoting away from that in a match with guys that have all the heat. So he was a little out of place. but he definitely had a part to play in making that match as smooth as it was. Like in his,
He was great in it. But
um,
look at his career. If he does not get hurt at SummerSlam that year, we're talking about probably one of the all-time greats.
I know.
And now he's just Dolph Ziggler.
It's so depressing.
Right?
It really is. But yeah, Dom, like I called that he was gonna get his way into this match, make it that fatal four-way I've been on this train the whole way. And
it was the right call to put it on him instead of Penta too.
I agree. I think Dom, oh my god, this is gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. And I'll be honest, well, we're not there yet. But I think it's gonna play into something else too. Like I think I think Lyra is gonna get elevated off of this same storyline. Like I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna be fun. But yeah. So at this point in the night, I'm not gonna let you get this. At this point in the night, we're having a great time, right? Like you're 3 matches in and you're like, holy shit, tonight is way better than last night, blah blah blah.
Correct.
And what I'm saying is, okay, but if like I said last night, if you book it as one show, okay, not 2 shows, you have 2 nights because you have to have 2 nights, but it's one show from start to finish, okay? Then with a main event, like with your intermission main event, right? Like, so you have your big crescendo before your intermission, and then you resume. When they came back from last night's show, the energy coming off the main event was hype because the main event was great. It was a great main event. And the match before it, in my opinion, was the match of the weekend. So you're rolling off that energy and you roll in tonight, and the crowd was hot from the start, and they instantly get 3 bangers of matches that were booked and built up great, right? There was a reason the crowd was into it. It was that these were built up matches that people wanted to see. But I mean, Drew and Damian could have gone over like a lead balloon, man. Like the whole room could have deflated and been awful for that match, but they weren't, because the energy was still great from how last night ended. You know what I mean? Like everybody was still like it's still rolling through that. And then you get to finally breathe, and we're all sitting there. We're like, oh, this might be fun. What's gonna happen next? And then my kid's sitting here and he looks over at me and he goes, it's gonna be Joe Hendry. And then all of a sudden, because he said his name, he fucking appears. And it was awesome. It was fucking awesome.
This is the only thing that we were wrong about, by the way.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it was just because we didn't.
Wrong.
He's already been there, so we didn't think of it. It was good. Randy had fun with it.
Oh my god, the look on his face when
Randy hitting the power slam, and then watching Cody hit a power slam like an hour and a half later. My God, Randy is so fucking good,
isn't he?
Yeah, I don't like him just because.
No, I do.
No, like you don't appreciate him because he's that good. If he went back to the old music, I know they sang along tonight. The old music. Hey, what is it gonna
He's
say?
talked so much shit about the old music,
it's
dude.
so much better than this music. But
I agree.
See,
but he's buried that music.
Oh, I agree. I know he has. But you can see that Randy has matured and he's like enjoying the moment now.
Yes.
Whereas before it was just like, I'm just here for a check.
Dude, when he looked around at the crowd and Joe's on the ground and he lifts his arms up, I'm like, oh my God, is Randy really going to do a comedy spot? And he lifts his arms up and the crowd plays along and he spins around and hits his pose. like my cheeks hurt. I was smiling so fucking hard for that dude, and he had the biggest grin on his face, and Joe Henry was on the fucking mat with the biggest fucking
Right.
grin on his face. You could see it a mile away. And like, again, that's one of those segments that has been done wrong during so many WrestleManias. Because you usually get that segment, right? Something to that effect where it's somewhat comedic and like it's a legend who plays along with somebody who, you know, doesn't really belong there, but everybody loves them and they're going to get a good, you know what I'm saying? Like, and Randy not having a match because of Kevin, or, you know, because of everything that happened with Kevin and everything else, like, it sucked. I wanted to see Randy have a match. This made up for it 100%. And it could have, like, the odds were definitely in the favor of it falling flat, and it didn't. It didn't at all.
No,
It was amazing.
probably the greatest finish in WrestleMania history from a production standpoint of Joe doing the turn and you don't see Randy and then just Randy flying in and hitting the RKO. Awesome.
And then just breathing it in. You know, Randy's had his wife around all weekend, like on camera. So like that already starts leading to, well, if he's, you know, what's he thinking? Where's his head? You know, I don't want Randy to go anywhere, dude. Like
He's not.
I don't want the business. I mean, it's gonna happen eventually. You know, just look at Sean this week. Like it happens for everybody, but man, I never thought in a million years I would feel the way about Randy Orton that I feel right now, because and I know I'm not the only one. We've talked about it
No, I
ad
feel the same way
nauseum,
today about Randy.
but
I love this because it was 3 minutes. It didn't feel like 3 minutes. You could tell that Joe Hendry is not at that level right now.
oh yeah, yeah.
But
But he loved
you
it
could,
too, man. How much fun
right,
did he have? You know?
right. And
Oh,
thank God, I mean, for that 3 minutes,
mhm.
we wouldn't even be starting if it was Randy and Kevin because they'd have gone 25.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
So thank God for that.
yeah.
It was actually like the perfect thing.
I
Kudos
thought,
to them.
yeah, 100% knocked it out of the park. Well done.
And then that leads us into the show stealer that didn't. I thought Logan and AJ was going to be awesome. It wasn't. I didn't enjoy it at all.
Mm-mm. Best part was Karrion Kross showing up and getting a pop.
It really was. I don't know what it was. It was just off.
Yeah, they never found a rhythm. They were kind of just like it's like when your left foot, like, you kind of drag it a little or something. You're like, what the fuck? Keep checking your shoe, like trying to, like, why is my gait messed up? Something's wrong. And like, it just, they were just off by like a half a step. I have a feeling that we're gonna see them like all the way to SummerSlam, and like obviously Karrion is gonna be involved, but
Which is good because he needs something.
yeah, and he's doing great behind the scenes work, and obviously he's building up plenty of heat as we've been talking. But the crowd reacted, like there was a real like reaction to Karrion Kross, and that was like one of the only moments of like interaction that wasn't like match based, that like I'm trying to think of how to put this, but like outside interference type stuff. They didn't do anybody jumping over barricades in, you know, masks or like a pro star, and like they didn't do any of that shit. Like Travis Scott doesn't count because he got a fucking 5-minute entrance.
So
I thought it was a solid match, dude. I thought they worked, but I hear you. It never picked up, and for the expectation that was placed on it, you said it perfectly. It was the show stealer that wasn't. That's
right.
exactly what it was.
For Karrion Cross, that could have been like the moment where, you send him out there to see if he gets a reaction. If he doesn't, maybe he's looking for a new job in a couple weeks, because post WrestleMania is always about unclogging the roster. So,
Oh yeah, yeah. I think there's got a
I
few
mean, that
names. I think are
may
gonna
have been
be.
something. So I hope Karrion gets a little run with this. He fucking needs it. I don't know how to feel about Logan. Maybe it is he's the guy, he can do the moves, but maybe he just doesn't get it, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I actually I had a conversation with one of my sons about that exact thing because he kind of said that up until watching NXT now, he's felt like that's kind of like the women's division, like they had to work so hard, like with the Charlottes and Becky's. They had to work so hard to look good enough and to put on real matches to get to the main event, that like they're like the why of the storytelling, like they kind of didn't, they're not necessarily the best at, like any of them. But like this new generation coming up through NXT, like there's a different purpose to everything they do with their, like in the way that they're telling stories and stuff, because now they're at a main event level. When women come up, they can come up brand new and they can be like, if you're good and like if you're physically good enough, like we're gonna put you right up top. Can you tell a story? Can you sink or swim? Jade is a great example of that. And it's getting to the point where I think it's not them anymore. Like it's not a women thing. It is definitely how good can you be at telling a story with your wrestling? And people are getting really weeded out. Like it's becoming a thing. Um, I completely lost my train of thought on that, dude, and I am so sorry. I started with something and I really did lose it that time. I apologize. Where were we?
We're talking about Logan.
Yeah, and he can't. He doesn't have the heartbeat. He doesn't get it. Like you said, like he doesn't he's trying so hard to get everything perfect and to make everything look great and to do the moves and to be a main eventer, that the it part, the why of what he's doing, he's not there yet. And AJ is one of those people that can really help teach that um with stars, and we've seen him do it before, which is why I hope their program actually goes for a while. Because
I would
I think
imagine we're going to
AJ,
get a rematch
I mean,
or a three-way,
and I'm not
probably.
saying it's something you can even teach, to be honest. Like I don't know if that is something you can teach, and maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but he's got to get a run with somebody who's willing to teach him, because I think the problem with Logan is exactly what you would think it would be, is that
Ego.
he can say he's a full-timer, but he's somebody who travels alone, he works out with his own trainers or whatever. Like he's not, like I cannot possibly imagine that at any point he brings himself down to the level of being like hopping in a shitty rental car and being on the road as one of the boys.
No, he's a TV only guy.
Yeah.
No house shows, any
And
of
I
that.
think that in and of itself hurts him, and it's going to keep him looking like somebody that he doesn't, that he's claiming not to be. And I don't know how much longer it lasts, if I'm being honest. After tonight was a big opportunity because people were actually looking forward to seeing a Logan Paul match, not just to boo him, but because he's working with AJ and they could probably make some magic. And I agree with you, they failed.
Yeah, big time. I'm guessing in 3 weeks with no build, we're going to see a three-way of Logan, AJ, and Kerrigan.
Yeah,
Just
probably.
speculation. Um,
Mhm.
which leads us into the next mystery of tonight. Um,
Which was no mystery at all.
no, we called this. Liv Morgan with the fucking outfit of the decade.
Oh.
But Raquel is a pretty girl, maybe because of the skin thing is how they have her dress. It doesn't do her any justice.
No, no.
So it's kind of like,
We talked about ring gear last night as a thing, right? Like
yeah,
as it being a real, it can really hold people back. And for some reason, I mean, as a dude, I'm probably just much more critical of the females because I'm paying more attention to what they're wearing. Because if I'm paying attention to the dudes, like I'm staring at dick and balls, like, I mean, I'm just keeping it real. Like, I mean, there's a reality to it. I'm sorry. And that's
you're
just not the way
going
I
back
go.
and looking at the tights of Don Morocco.
Yeah, right. Holy fuck, right? Like and I mean that's fine, like, but if but like but when it's bad, it's bad. When
Yeah.
it's bad, it's bad. And it leaves a lasting impression with the audience, and with like it really says something about a wrestler. Like it becomes part of their identity that they just look like look bad. Mickey James, like it never stopped being a thing, because Jesus Christ. Anyway, I don't want to get on.
No, but what I'm saying is
Can't
like
talk about Mickey James.
with Raquel's her outfit, like the pants just barely go to her butt. So like you're like expecting to see some crack or whatever, but like she's legitimately a pretty girl, and they make her look like the female Diesel with her
Yeah,
gear,
that's
and
exactly, yeah,
it's just
yeah. It hasn't worked. Like
right.
she hasn't gotten any heat off of it. And it's
No,
not like I think they're done. I think they're done.
no, I don't think so.
Okay. I mean, maybe
Yeah,
not. Like maybe not. I don't know. They're probably on the verge of being done. Like they could be done, but it doesn't mean that they're gonna break up on TV yet. But like I don't think that they're going, like, I think that they're like Liv is going to be on her way to another program
with
right
Becky.
away. I mean, probably. I really wish it wasn't. I wish it was with Lyra. Like I wish it was with Lyra, and just for the goal of Liv and Dom both being intercontinental champions. Like I kind of think they could do that, and Lyra and Liv could make some fucking magic, and Lyra could really get a huge push and eventually drop it to a superstar to move on, like, or not, like, but you could, just for the sake of giving Dom and Liv both the IC belts, and all of a sudden they are just insufferable, and it's awesome.
It
And
could be.
I mean, the
I
opportunity's on the table. That's all I'm saying. The
On the flip
opportunity's on
side
the
of what I said about Raquel, I think Lyra's ring gear tonight was amazing. Um,
Lyra pretty much
the
wears the
feathers, the
exact same
wings,
thing.
and then the
She
hair
just changes
that
up
kind
the
of
colors. Yeah, the
yeah.
hair
I
was
thought it was
great.
awesome.
Yeah, the feathers
And
were
then
cool, weren't they? The little feather hug she gave
yeah,
she gave Becky was great.
it's awesome.
My wife
And
enjoyed
then
that. She's like,
obviously Becky just comes out with the black leather on,
yeah,
being the
She
man.
just came out as the man.
So the
With
thing that
natural hair color, everything else. No, like
yeah,
I'm sure there were extensions in there, but like no ridiculous extensions and no crazy makeup, just like normal. She looked like Becky Lynch coming in as the man, coming to kick some ass. So, but I think
I
she might have some other things to take care of. I don't know that she came in to go after Liv. Like, I mean, it was just the spot for her to come in. And obviously, her and Liv have some history, but I don't necessarily think she came in to do a program with Liv. I hope not. I'm just saying, I'd much
I
rather
sure
see Liv keep working and take the IC belt, and her and Dom run Raw for a while. It would be fucking fantastic.
I hope it's not Becky and Nia. We did not get Naya all weekend, thank God.
I know. The fact that you even said her name is kind of pissing me off right now. Like, why? We did not have to talk about her at all. Why would you? Like, good God. You want to bring up AEW right now, too? You want to talk about AEW this weekend, what they did? Like, God damn.
Signed
Nia
gimmicks.
Jax. Oh, did they? Wait, what? Say that again?
They were at WrestleCon. Other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
With Lex Luger, who was not in the Hall of Fame. So that was that. It was a fun little 8-minute match.
Sloppy.
Becky didn't look as bad as Charlotte did, but it was shorter.
Yeah, Becky didn't look as bad as she looked at WrestleMania last year.
Yeah,
she looked better.
She looked okay. Well, she was sick. Is that the year?
I know. Yeah.
But she looked better than Charlotte did coming off of.
I liked that Lyra and Becky both kind of got to have moments together, like in the Irish, and all that, and like
good stuff. It was nice. Lyra could be a star here in a couple years. They build her up.
Been saying it. She's fantastic.
And that leads.
She's just small. So,
That leads us to the train wreck of all train wrecks. Stone Cold coming out and wrecking his 4-wheeler into the crowd. That lady took a tumble.
My summation of this entire thing was, well, it's always fun to hear the glass break, because that was pretty much the extent of the fun of that whole situation. The rest of it was just right down to Wade Barrett drinking his beer, watching Pat chug his, and him looking over at him. Like, it was a train wreck from start to finish, dude. And then when he goes to leave and Tony Khan is over there talking to that family. Nick. Oh, my bad. Oh, sorry. Oof.
Well, it looked like he was trying to get on the 4-wheeler to go back out, and they were like, "No, you can't. You've done enough."
We're gonna have to give this family tickets for the rest of their fucking lives, you asshole. Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
How about green shirt guy coming out with Wade Barrett? Did you see that?
Yeah, how about that? I noticed that. We picked up on it. That was pretty cool.
I don't know if you know who it is, but Troy Dan was like two rows back of the lady that fell.
Really?
You know who Troy Dan is?
No. Who's Troy Dan?
He's like he does like streams on YouTube every night. Canadian fella. He's funny. He goes to he does a lot of trips like WrestleMania. He went to the UFC in the Sphere, and his name was on the mat because he was like, this kid's mom buys him tickets, and they're like $36,000. So that's what tonight was.
That's all. Hey, that's cool. Hey, it was a good. I will say this: it was a great WrestleMania for content. Like, the way that the stage was set up and the way the views were amazing. The drones that they flew in there and everything. Like, it was a very picturesque show from start to finish.
Honestly, if I went, I would have wanted to stand on the stage in that little thing that they had.
God. Wouldn't that have been amazing? Oh, that was so cool. It was so cool.
Very cool. I guess at this point we should talk about the stars that were there tonight.
Sure, why not?
They could not say Marab's last name, which was kind of comical to me. DC was there. Colby Covington was there, who probably is going to be going into WWE pretty shortly because his UFC career is going to be over after Patty knocks him out. Bud Crawford was there. Stabler's brother was there from the new thing. They really love the rap scene.
Yeah, they do. They do.
I've never heard of most of these folks.
I'm not really sure where that influence is coming from. Like, I don't know where that's coming from.
Maybe Travis Scott.
I mean, maybe, but I don't know. it's weird. Like it's a big, like maybe it's just very popular in that in that scene.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
fuck, I don't know. Like,
Who else was there of note tonight?
dude, they showed, oh no, that was last night. I
Oh
thought
no, I was.
they put Dana up there twice again tonight.
Yeah, that was last night. Same open with Dana.
Yeah, same opening.
Did you see Vanessa Hudgens?
I did not.
Okay, so they showed her because I sent Coach this. She is married to a former Pirates first rounder named
Mm-hmm.
Cole Tucker, who
Mm-hmm.
is pretty bad at baseball, and clearly he's at WrestleMania Sunday, so he's not playing baseball. But I sent it to Coach, and he's like, "What are you saying about Cole Tucker?" And I was like, "He's at WrestleMania," but they didn't say his name. He goes, "Oh, I'm not watching it." So I don't know. That's another thing. They're going to be in their fourth game with their third head coach this upcoming week.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
That's a sad story right there.
Yeah.
All right. So are we ready to tackle this?
Yeah, I thought it was okay. I'm glad that they didn't go with the 75 people of running in like they've done the last 2 years.
Yeah. Okay.
John's lost a step. You can see that clearly. The body looked all right on John.
Yeah. Yeah.
He played a good heel. He called the fuck out of some spots on camera numerous times. We got Brandy. We got the kissing babies and kissing mom
We
in the
did
front
not
row.
get Brandy. We got to watch Brandy get,
Yeah.
hug her baby. Like, we
Hey,
didn't
as
get
long as she gets
Brandy.
on,
God
she gets
damn it,
on.
man.
If we would have
how
got
bad
Brandy,
you made me want that so bad. You made me want that so bad.
I mean,
Anyway,
Brandy could have beat
continue to
Brandy.
summarize how you feel about this match.
Brandy should have beat Travis Scott. That's what it should have been. But yeah, it fell flat, and I knew that John was going to win because they pushed the fucking John's coming to Australia. So I was like, well, that's the kiss of death right there. So John, because I thought John was like done in the summer. I didn't realize he's going to go until October. So
Yeah.
I knew that this was the kiss of death, and John was going to win. But it kind of fell flatter than a plate of piss.
Yeah.
But I will say, not as bad as the tag match last year, Saturday. Because that was the worst. And thank God we didn't get The Rock. Right?
Okay. So.
It was the typical John match where you hit finishers back and forth and everyone kicks out.
Yeah. So from that standpoint, first of all, Cody took 75% of the bumps.
Of course he would.
Yeah, but like I don't know, man. I didn't like that. I liked John controlling the pace, right? Like I didn't mind that aspect of it, slowing it down, doing the heel work. I need to go back and watch the match again to find the spot to really pinpoint the moment where the crowd turned.
Died.
No, they turned. They didn't die. Like, I don't know. Did we watch the same match? Like, they started booing the shit out of Cody.
They've been doing that all weekend, though.
They didn't do it during the entrance. They didn't, like, it wasn't like that hasn't been the feel that I had at all. And I don't know where it came from. Like, I don't, and it was the whole crowd, man. It was like it was 70 or 67, 63,000, whatever numbers they're making up.
50,000.
Just to me, like, I get that to be at WrestleMania in Vegas, you have to be a mark enough to spend the amount of money that people spend, just like to be in the front rows, like we talked about at Raw, where that's where your hecklers are, that's where your smartasses are, because it's where the people that are willing to spend money are, and they tend to be the people that know the product, so they're comfortable talking shit about it, right? Like, that was a whole fucking stadium full of people that turned into smartass fans, that turned into smarks, like booing the most over baby face in the building, and cheering for the dude who came in after spending the entire build up talking shit about the fans. Like, it was like the whole stadium became the Monday Night Raw crowd, and I don't know that I've ever seen that. Like, I mean, you'd have to go all the way back to the CM Punk chants that tried to take over, and they did everything, and WWE did a great job of making sure that didn't happen back then. But like, this felt very just, it put me off of the entire match, and it felt very like organic, right? And it was almost like we were like, the crowd was like actively mocking John, like, just saying, we don't care what you do, we just want to see you perform. Like, we're gonna, like, if you're gonna tell us you hate us, we're gonna cheer for you. If you're gonna try and be the nice guy, we're gonna boo you because you don't control us. I don't necessarily know. Like I said, I have to go back and watch it again, but I definitely didn't feel they were dead. What killed them was Travis Scott, because nobody, no, like, why would anybody want Travis Scott coming down there to interfere in that match? Everyone expected that to be The Rock. Everyone expected that to be The Rock. The Rock got involved in this story. He acted like he created this storyline, right? Why was, and you're like, thank God we didn't get The Rock. I'm sorry, it's WrestleMania. There's no other time for The Rock to be around. The
I
Rock
think
shouldn't come around on a Monday Night Raw leading up to fucking Mania and start some shit and then not show up for Mania. It took every piss out of that match. There's no reason for them to be doing it the way that they did it. There's no Cena heel turn in any of this if The Rock doesn't stick his fucking nose in it, and then he doesn't come in to actually participate. Like,
I
it
think
is kind
that's
of gross.
I think that's where they dropped the ball, because
He sent
I think
Travis Scott that
no,
nobody gives a shit.
I think the crowd thought that after Travis interfered, Cody got his comeuppance back, hitting him with the crossroads. But I think that they thought Cody was going to kick out after he got hit with the belt, and then The Rock was going to come down, because that's what they've been trained to.
Yes, okay, fine. But
So that's where I think the finish was like,
you can say all that, but like I just said, I mean, it might be that I'm trained to think a story should go a certain way, but I think that when you come in and you pretend to be a main fucking character and dictate plot lines to a story based company, and then you're not even going to participate in the storyline that you're kicking off or you're creative for, like, no, like, it's like he big timed them, like, in the midst of all of it, and it delegitimized Cody to me. Like, Cody could go back to being Stardust and I would fucking believe it at this point. Like, they had him get fucking owned by a 75-year-old man that was being openly mocked by the audience, who didn't even have the support of the superstar that took his soul for a storyline, didn't even show up to be part of it, and had to get help by some rapper that did some cool art stuff with some Nikes once so people know his name. That, and he got a 5-minute entrance in the middle of a main event match. Who is he? Like I'm sorry, I thought this was like the low point of the weekend, like by a million miles. I was so disappointed, and the more I think about it, the more disappointed I am.
So
I would
as a
rather watch Gunther and Jay 3 more times. Like I just so bad,
so
so
that
bad.
what you're talking about with the 5-minute entrance, that kind of exposes the referee too, because the referee is out
Mm,
and then the
hmm
music plays and he just casually comes down, lays down, goes in, and the referee's still down. Like,
Comes back out, dude. You can't tell me that he had any fucking clue what he was doing down there either. Like it was so bad, and that's how you're treating your champion. That's
that's peak. He peaked the business, really.
dude. I feel like tonight, they go like Cody is effectively buried. He got fucking booed loud as fuck. He's
From
been the
what
most over baby face in the business for the last 2 years, and he's getting booed when he's the one throwing punches.
I feel like that, from what I've seen, every time they showed Cody all weekend, they booed
Mhm.
him, and which is weird because for 15 years they booed Cena as the baby face.
Yeah, yeah. I don't get it, man. And I'm not
Yeah.
blaming the crowd. I just don't understand where the psychology is. The only thing that I can figure is that it's the smarks. Like it feels like we're back in like punk era, like post pipe bomb, like we're gonna be, the like all of a sudden we're gonna start hearing fucking the woot woot chants. We're gonna hear the sweet after 2 counts because people are just gonna start being assholes. Like it's almost like AEW people bought fucking tickets to Mania to start shit. Like it just didn't feel like the way I wanted it to at all. It's just 2 nights where the main event left, like the crowd pleasing was gone, but then they pretended like they were pleased with John winning. Like I don't know, or maybe at some point once you realize he's getting 17, people just legitimately wanted him to break Ric Flair's record. Like maybe there's a legitimate happiness that he's like they just saw him break the record and they're happy for him. I mean, I'm not. Like
Well,
it felt like it was booked by fucking Russo. Why would that be like oh,
well, that's the thing.
I'm
Like,
so mad about this match,
clearly,
bro.
Charlotte is gonna take that, right? She's gonna beat
Hmm?
Cena's record. So you're saying that the people are gonna cheer Charlotte?
Where in AEW?
No, no, no. She's gonna do it
She's going
in.
to AEW. She's gone.
No way.
She's gonna go work with Daddy for a while.
Who's daddy?
Her dad.
Is he still there?
Yeah.
Uh,
He said
oh,
that's why
that's
he
right.
couldn't go to the Hall of he said that's why he couldn't go
Yeah,
to the Hall of
that's
Fame
right.
because of his contract with AEW, man.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I just I no
Like, I'm not hurt. I'm not hurt by it because I knew it was gonna happen.
well I didn't know that I just didn't feel like I knew that Cody was going to come out looking like a chump.
It is. I, I don't
Cody
know.
looks like a chump. Like
Yeah. Oh no, I
Cody looks
agree.
Cody looks like a chump coming out of Mania, and Gunther looks like a putz. Like they did not protect either of the champions that they took belts off of. And
Do you know?
mm.
Do you know who the biggest loser of this weekend is?
Who, in your
Samantha
opinion?
Irvin.
Ooh, and why do you say that?
Well, she thought she was the greatest announcer, and now she's going to be doing OnlyFans or whatever. Like that.
And And
There was
I
no
don't
discernible difference between her and that
no,
Alicia Taylor.
no. I'd love to say that she was missed, but
Oh,
the thing about it is when you start to take your skills or talents or whatever for granted and you start taking yourself too seriously, like, and thinking that you're
Sasha
bigger
Banks.
than yeah, yeah, 100%. And to me, that's all that happened there, because she's like, I deserve this. I should be able to do this. And it's like, the only reason you're even on TV is because you actually showed that you could do this well. And then she wouldn't embrace it, had to be an asshole about it, thought she was too good. And I'm good. You know what you did? You introduced people that then performed. You're this much of a show that's this fucking big, you know? Like, sorry, like we move on, you know? Fuck.
But
We got
I
over
don't think.
Renee. I don't watch AEW because I want to watch Renee, you
Yeah,
know?
Renee was the
Like,
star of the network like the first 7 years, and now she's an
oh my
afterthought
God.
because Jackie is better than Renee was.
Renee was the absolute star of the
Mhm.
network. Everybody, oh, we're gonna lose her to ESPN, blah 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 blah, and now she's off with her husband doing fucking clown work. Nobody
Right?
cares, you know. And it's an
You don't even hear
afterthought, and
about
you're
her.
no, and it is an afterthought, and you're absolutely right, because Jackie is, I mean, she is just so good at her fucking job. Like, she makes me believe it, man. She makes like, she's there doing an amazing job. And Kathy fucking Kelly, oh my
Mm.
god, dude, all of them. Wade Barrett. I wanted to make sure I shouted out Wade Barrett. I don't remember if I did it last night. I was so happy when they announced that he was going to be the third man. They were going to do a 3-man booth, and he was going to be the third man, because he's like really come a long way. Like, he is like really good. I enjoy him, and he did a great job. It was a great addition. By the end of tonight, I actually felt like Cole was kind of going to Wade a lot more than he was going to Pat. And
They kind of silenced Pat, but
they
Pat,
did.
like Julie came down. We had some snacks, and
Mm-hmm.
it was right when the entrances for Cody and Cena, and actually no, it was Stone Cold,
Okay.
and Pat just like screaming off the hip, and she goes, "What was that?" I was like, "Pat," and she goes, "I get it." Like, Pat's kind of an afterthought. I I'm
Yep.
thankful that Wade did a good job because we'll never get Booker T again. Um, but I feel bad for Graves, but also he's in
Mm,
that same boat as Samantha.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
Graves
He
was good at,
wanted to.
yeah. Graves was good in NXT. Like, that's a good spot for him. I don't know. Everything is out of whack, kind of.
So
You know.
Booker down in NXT, I think works.
Mm,
I think it
I
works
don't think
in
so.
NXT. It has for a while, and I think the way he works with the talent, because he's kind of like a mentor and a teacher and everything else there too. I just think it works. He likes putting them over. Um, he doesn't bury anybody, which is nice. I Pat, I think, just, I want to be real with you here just for a second, about my opinion on Pat McAfee. All of a sudden, like, um, I think he might be burning a little hot right now, where everything got, like, he blew up in a way that I don't know many people have ever blown up on this planet. Like, the way he went from being like, oh yeah, some people listen to me, to like, I'm fucking everywhere all the time. And I mean, I don't
It's
know
a,
how that man, I don't know when he sleeps. I don't know how he has a life. I know he has a baby at home too. Like,
he's
I,
Kirk Herbstreit all of a sudden, and now with Corso retiring, it's
yeah,
like
But the difference is you never saw Kurt. Like you only saw Kirk when he was working. You only saw Kirk when he was working. And like Pat's out doing shit all the time that isn't just like calling a game or being at college game day or whatever. Like he's got 3 or 4 fucking full-time jobs. Like and but you're right. You're right because he's kind of become the face and Kirk's been the face and with coach gone, oh my dude, that shit too. Like that's I mean, it had to happen, dude. Had to happen.
I mean, he's been in
Yeah.
theory, he's been gone for 5 years, but
Oh, hell yeah.
longer. But
It leaves another spot, and I worry because I'm the type of person that no matter how weird and callous and not understanding I am, like I actually see somebody like that. And it's not like I think I know them, but I care about where they are health wise. And if I see something the same way, if I see something in you as a friend, like, but I can't say something to Pat to be like, hey dude, are you cool? Cause he's not my buddy. But at this point, if I were in that position, just based on what I see, I'd probably be asking him if he's okay because he's changed in a very short amount of time. Like there are things about him when he's on stage, there are ways that he looks, there's certain things that I used to watch him a lot, and now when I see him I'm like, dude, he's different than what he was 6-9 months ago. Like he's
yeah,
just different. And
even
it's
last
not
mania to this mania, it's like he got hot, he blew up, and now he's trying to go like 10 times what he was.
mm-hmm,
And clearly he's tired and
mm-hmm.
it just
Yeah.
doesn't click. But
Yeah, because he was a
he's
mess tonight. It wasn't even that they were
yeah,
trying to silence him. It's that every time he opened his mouth, it was like, oh my God, is this even McAfee right now? Like, what the fuck? It was bad. It was bad.
yeah, he didn't have a great weekend.
No, he did not. And with as big as he is now, see, that's the other double-edged sword of it. Like, people are going to notice and want to talk about it because there are people everywhere that are going to look that are just waiting to tear that man down, you know?
Yeah.
Like just looking for an excuse to rip him off of his cloud. So I hope he's okay. And I hope that there's nothing that he can't handle and that is going to tear him down because I'd hate to see it because I love his work and I love what he brings to the table for WWE, for football, for college football, for fuck's sake. Like I love it. Like it love it.
And
So
Kirk was there tonight. They showed him,
they
but they
barely
didn't.
showed him for 1 second
Yeah.
and he just kind of waved and I thought about it and I was like, you know, Kirk is there he's probably there with his kids. Like he's probably there to watch the
Right.
show and just have a night, you know, just chill out because Kirk's not a star. Kirk's just really good at his job and he loves college football. But he's not out there walking red carpets and trying to be chugging beers on camera and shit like fucking Pat.
Yeah, I don't know. Pat might have been messed up since Snoop and Wiz smoking blunts on stage with him.
Hey, it's been a long week for them, and professionalism comes into play. And realistically, you know, he's not as famous, like he's not as big as he is because he's professional, you
Right.
know,
That's his
and
shtick.
and it can have its drawbacks,
Did you
especially
see?
over like 2 days where you're live for 6, 7, 8 straight
9 hours?
hours
Yeah.
each day. I mean, like how much time during the weekend did he not have a microphone attached to him live on television?
And plus, you know, all the prep work that they do too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Did
But
you
it goes
see?
for all of them and they all have to do the job.
Did
So
you see Jay Uso's presser yesterday?
I did not.
Fucking hammered, hammered, hammered. So that's going to be an issue, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So I just
It's just
looked.
I don't know if they're like I wonder how much is some of this stuff just like playing up some of the shit that we saw in the old school. So if people want old school wrestling, right? Like if that's what they're clamoring for, they say they want, like if you can keep it where it's fun and you don't have to talk about, or if you only have to talk about the negatives of things like that, like in an after school special type way, not in a, oh yeah, Jay Uso just fucking ran a car into a van with the whole family in it and he was fucking, hammered on a Tuesday night, right? Like you don't want that shit. But like if you play it up like that's who he is, but you're never going to get the downfall of it, and you can bring back that old school feel of like, he's that party guy, he's this, he's that. Is it a character thing, or is he Matt Hardy? Like, I don't know. Like my interpretation of where the locker room is at this point is that they are like self-policing to keep things above board, because if somebody fucks up, it brings down everybody, and they're making so much money right now that they really have to police themselves hard and keep the professionalism high. Um, because they're public, man. Everything is like they can't fuck up. And I wonder how much that plays into a night like these these 2 nights being vanilla, as I'm calling them. How much of that is just because that's the way they make the most money when it comes to Mania? If they make it too unpredictable and they piss people off, then next year when it comes time to buy tickets, people are going to be like, well, fuck that. Cause you're not really, yeah, they're building this up, but that doesn't mean you're actually going to get to see it, because they're going to just throw some, you know what I mean?
This
Like
weekend more
Mania.
than anything it's Mania. It's not the
Yeah.
build up.
Yeah.
So
It's for everybody, right? It's
right.
meant to appeal to the most amount of people. And to pay off and to make people happy and to give everybody the best feeling. Like that's why it's as big as it is. I today reestablished my faith in it, and then it fucking tore it down in one match, and it just, I'm legitimately angry about it. um Deep down I just hope that that's what they wanted.
Well, they also want you to tune in tomorrow on Monday Night Raw. So
Well, I mean, I was gonna do
yeah,
that anyway.
not me, but
Yeah.
um so looking ahead, we have
Mm-hmm.
3 weeks and we have Backlash in St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks after that, Saturday night's main event.
Okay.
2 weeks after that, the double Money in the Bank and Worlds Collide. So they are
Hot.
after having they're hot, but after having 2 month buildup, now we're going
Mm-hmm.
to 3 week buildup. So this is kind of where the rubber meets the road.
But
It's weird.
but all that buildup that you're talking about for those months, they had to build the whole card, right? Like we're gonna go back to a lot of
It's a
split
5 match.
cards. Yeah, yeah. We're gonna go back down to 4 or 5 match, PLEs and stuff like that, where you're getting much more taught. They're gonna. I would assume, right? Like because that's what we were getting before Mania. I would assume we're gonna go back to what we were getting, before
Well,
Mania.
backlash. I would say that we're going to go back to the 4 or 5. Then you probably get 4 on Saturday night's main event of like Raw feuds, and
Mm,
then you'll go since that's in a stadium. That's going to be 2
6 or
ladders.
7.
Yeah, yeah. Plus, I mean, they have 2 pay-per-views in one day, so they got to do more.
Well, the the Worlds Collide thing is going to be the NXT roster, isn't it?
No, I don't
Mm.
think. I think it's going to be Penta, and the Worlds Collide's going to be the AAA and WWE.
Yeah. I was under the impression that it was that
It'll
they
be
were
like
going to use the
Andrade
NXT
and
roster plus the WWE, but like it's not like they're going to lose like a chunk of like they're not going to like it's not going to be Cody, you know.
no, but it'll be Penta and Phoenix.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Guys that worked for AAA.
right, right.
I mean, that's cool.
I
They
did
want the
see that.
AAA fans to come in under the umbrella. It's to welcome in, you know, fans that stayed away or maybe didn't even pay attention to WWE and whatever. Like I think it's brilliant. I like the way they're doing it. We talked about it last night. I like the way they've done it with TNA. I mean, fucking home run with the TNA World Heavyweight Champion coming in tonight and getting RKO'd a couple times, you know, like good shit. You know, I like the way they're doing it. So
We had The Rock wearing a New Japan shirt a couple weeks ago on Instagram, so it makes you
yeah,
think maybe they're buying New Japan.
maybe. But you know
He's in
what
the
The Rock
rise.
didn't do? He didn't show up for WrestleMania.
Well, because he's closing the deal in Japan right now.
At this point, I don't ever want to see him again
I hope we don't.
because now he'll just show up and start shit and then not fucking show up and do anything about it. Like, and the fact that during that fucking interview today, that well they aired it today, but the interview with Triple H that they aired today, and he talked about The Rock and like how brilliant he is that he can just pop in and the biggest
It's his
star can just pop
boss.
in and say I'm going to do this and it's awesome and it's going to be so great and can't wait to see how it plays out tonight and blah, like just really putting it over, and it was a nothing burger, big
Well,
fat like
you also got
oh
to think
dude, I'm
Paul
so
talked.
mad.
Paul talked for 5.5 days on Friday night, and he didn't bring up Dwayne. He
Not
brought
once.
it.
He brought up everybody else. He brought
Yeah,
up literally everybody else he could
even
possibly
fucking
think of.
Vince.
And he said over and over and over again, my God, I just don't want to forget anybody. I want to make sure I thank everybody. You know who he never fucking thanked?
He thanked fucking Vince,
I'm sorry, dude, but
but he didn't thank The Rock and Johnny Ace.
Johnny Ace, talk about a motherfucker.
Oh,
I'm so
cheating
glad
on
that
a brain cancer wife, fucking
dude, and
shitting
you
on
know,
people.
he was the whole problem with Punk too. Like he was like Punk dropped his name in the pipe bomb, and then they put Laurinaitis on TV after that because of it.
People
To like,
power, yeah.
oh my god, it was so bad, and he was awful, awful. Like he just
We,
one of those
you know,
dudes that you
Cornette's
look
thing,
at.
right?
No, no, because I
So,
don't like that.
well, back in the 80s, when they were hot, 89,
Uh-huh.
you had the Midnights against the Dynamic Dudes. And the you had that was the smart fans. So
Uh-huh.
the top of the Philly Civic Center, and they put a banner out when the dudes got nuclear heat because that was the smart fans loved the Midnights and hated the dudes,
Okay.
even though they were.
Okay.
And they put up a sign that said Johnny sucks Shane's dick. So they got fucking booed out of the building, and Johnny Ace is just sitting in the locker room, and they're like, "Well, what are you gonna do now, Johnny?" And he goes, "I guess I'll just go suck Shane's dick." See,
And
that's the
then he
Cornette
went
you don't know.
and then he went and did it.
I mean,
Oh man.
yeah.
Hey, so this was, I mean, Mania is over. I
Mhm.
don't know. I don't really know what else to say. I have a feeling that we'll have more to say about it in like 3 months. because it's kind of how this goes. Like there's so
Yeah,
much to
storytelling.
absorb,
Hmm.
you know. And some of the storylines won't play out, but I really wish they would have had the main event tonight. I wish they would have had it last night. Like that's
So then you could send everyone home happy.
yeah. Yeah, and I actually wish it would have actually gone on before Punk, Rollins, and Roman, and Tiffy and Charlotte could have fucking main evented tonight. And it just, I mean, I'm not saying the show would have flowed the way it was booked, like just switching those, but I mean, it just obviously it wouldn't, but just tonight was so good. Tonight was so good.
Tonight was an A
And
show, and then the finish takes it down to like a B minus.
yeah, and like we said last night, you know, it probably was like a C or a C plus show, and Tiffy and Charlotte, and then the main event brought it up to a B. You know, like so you had
Hmm.
just two matches. It was probably a C minus show, and they brought it up to a B because the two main events were so good, and tonight was just the opposite. And I mean, it I don't
It's a
know. It's
product
sad.
of it's a product of 14 matches instead of 8.
I don't think it is. Because this match still would have fucking happened if there were 5 matches. You would have got like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
this is still a match you're getting, no matter what. It just didn't deliver. It just didn't deliver. It overpromised and underdelivered.
Yeah.
I didn't. Like, I didn't even feel like we got Cody tonight. Like we didn't get a Cody match tonight. We got
Get a Cody entrance.
yeah. Yeah, Cody didn't do much after that, dude.
He did flips on those clotheslines. That's what he did. That's about it.
Yeah, his sell rate was on high mode tonight, wasn't it?
It was
The
It was
fucking the
HBK against Double H.
he's
The man who
when he
invented
when he's
ring
over in
walk
the
wrestling.
when he's over in the turnbuckle and Cena just throws a punch and he like fucking hits the turnbuckle and falls forward and Cena like goes to grab his head but he misses him because he's just fucking selling the shit out of it. Like, was the idea that Cena was somehow like a super version of himself tonight as he's old
Super
and
Cena
bald?
against Stardust.
Like, what the fuck are we? Yeah, that's what it felt like. Like, that's what we got. We got Super Cena versus Stardust. And that's not who either of them are. He's an old man and he's the most over fucking baby face in the business for the last 2 years. And they didn't show him that respect.
No, they fucked him.
And with that, we're done.
Yeah, we're gonna go chase. Like Cody's gonna go chase again.
Yeah. It was a good weekend. Thanks again for another year of this.
Yeah, we'll be
And
back in a couple weeks.
we're going to be back sooner than that. We're going to talk about that later, though.
Okay.
Love you guys.
It's been long. It's been long. It's
Like,
been
subscribe,
real.
do all that stuff.
Ding 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 ding.
We're so bad at that.